We were lucky enough to get it. They came and saw us first of all, and then they decided we were so perfect we couldn't be the one. So they went, and I think they looked at another 400 houses all around England. And I'd given them up. I thought, well, I've done my best, haven't got it. Right. They went away, and then actually they said, no, we really want to come to you. They use some of the downstairs rooms, I don't really know, I haven't counted, and some of the bedrooms. Okay. So they're all sort of designated and marked out, but equally, well, they wanted some other bedrooms for the second series where William's last scene was the footman, and I always wanted to work for them because I want for cameramen to get the best shot, because all they do is make Highclere look beautiful, but I want Highclere standing at the end of the day, so that's the kind of compromise. So they used some other rooms because it worked for them, and they wanted some other bedrooms they could paint, which really? Otherwise, yes, I said they can't. They said, we want to film in the library today, and so we're going to say, where is Video Village going to be? We have shifts of guides and staff watching the whole time. Either I or a castle manager here all the time, and I know that I'm in the study. I try to make sure my mobile's with me. It's often not with me, but it is then. If they want to move something, they have to. Then I can say, well, you can't move that. In case you can see, it's nailed into the ground. You can't move it. Marble doesn't move. Don't move marble, doesn't move. So, or things like that come up. Or then they say, well, they want to do this because they're doing this. So yes, you do know what's going on. It's quite good because they're with us maybe solidly for a week, and maybe they go to Ealing Studios, or they use Bampton Village in Oxfordshire, or maybe they have a whole 2 days off. So we're then doing public opening or a wedding or conference, and then they come back again. So that happens from mid-February really till the end of June. Well, I like Jim Carter because he likes cricket, and we have a cricket field, and he plays Carson the butler. But I like, every so often you see some of the different characters there, or, I took Hugh Bonneville and Michelle Dockery up to Heaven's Gate, and we all shared a glass of champagne up there one evening because it's completely beautiful. But it's catching people in between times, because the time they're here, they are working pretty hard with little time in between. And then the girls are wearing very pretty dresses. So if I suggest, do you want to go and look at the lambs? And then you think gumboots. And I've met people like Maggie Smith, so that makes me laugh. It's how you deal with them, and they're around, and they are so part of these houses. They're part of the cartoons in country life. They're part of the backbone of the families who didn't die in the First World War. My favourite character is obviously the house, because I think that is the biggest character and the central character, and it holds all the different activities, doesn't it, through which they all pass. And I watched Upstairs, Downstairs, which I think has also been shown on Masterpiece. Happy to enjoy it. But fun enough, I felt there was something missing, and of course it was the house. And my working title for Almina was A Sense of Place, because I think this is about the place of the house and the landscape of the hills around it, of the people who've lived here. It makes you feel very grounded. And you think of what she did, and she ceaselessly welcomed all these strangers back here and spent her money, her time, her life making them better. So it's an extraordinary gift that she gave. No recognition, neither was her husband ever recognised for what he did and discovered in Tutankhamun's tomb. No recognition from anyone in England. But maybe you don't. You give not to count the cost, perhaps, but that's an extraordinary attitude. And I just thought it was such an opportunity to write about a woman, because most of these houses are about the Dukes of Devonshire, the Earls of Pembroke, the Earls of whatever. And I had a chance to write about Almina. I knew a lot about Almina's husband, thank God, because when Hodder came to me, they said they'd like to publish it. They came to me last April, this time last year, and we agreed that I would write the book within 2 months. So, because then it could come out in September in England, which was quite a challenge. I was very lucky because I knew I had already read. I know a lot about the First World War, the poetry. I've read Wilfred Owen's letters, so I suppose my knowledge of the battles was actually quite detailed. and I was only writing a more light-hearted, hopefully readable history, introducing the personal stories into a traumatic part of our world history. So that's what I was trying to do, which was simpler, if you like. So I wanted that going along behind. Then I wanted to tell about the stories of the gardeners going to fight in Kut in Iraq and not coming back, of the men who'd fought in the trenches, and the contrast to coming back here to Highclere as a paradise after being in the trenches, of the stories from Gallipoli coming back here, of the stories of the odd man from Canada or the States who'd been nursed by Lady Carnarvon and whose family had written, whose mothers had written to Lady Carnarvon saying, "You have looked after my son thousands of miles away. I wanted to be by his side, but I can't be, but I know he's in your hands." All these moving letters, that's what I wanted to put across. The power of television for marketing is extraordinary, and we're terribly lucky in a really difficult economic time to have people wanting to visit here. So fantastic. That's the first point. The second point that's really pleasing is online you can go and visit the gardens, or the castle and gardens, or the castle gardens and exhibition. And I'd have thought 80% of the visitors opt to see the Egyptian exhibition as well. So they're buying into the Highclere side, which is very nice, because I'm proud of what Downton Abbey have achieved, and I'm proud of Highclere and the heritage here, the history of the English Civil War hanging in the dining room, or the Victorian library where Disraeli and Salisbury, where so many prime ministers, generals came and had coffee after dinner, or the drawing room and the people who came there, of the intellectuals, of the writers. Henry James was here. I mean, it's Voisin was here from the French aeronautical business, Geoffrey de Havilland, Charles Rolls, Herbert Winlock from the Metropolitan Museum of New York. So what I love is the whole, where people then become absorbed, and I think our guides hopefully take people in. So there's both Downton and Highclere, and when they leave, I hope they're thoroughly muddled by what they've seen. No, thoroughly enjoyed what they've seen, joking apart. The third series, well, I think you'll again have Super Bowl and Downton Abbey in the States. I think you'll really enjoy the Shirley MacLaine and Maggie Smith episodes. And to have two stalwarts like that on board means I think you're going to have a cracker of a season. But I'm not going to spoil it.